Fucking hell. That is bright. Right. I think I'm just gonna jump straight into it. I've never done a video like this before. I might stutter a little bit. I might not be very clear because it's my first time doing it, but here we go. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about bodybuilding and about some easy mistakes that people make. I know I'm not a professional myself. I hope I will be one day. That's kind of why I'm starting this whole YouTube thing properly and trying to take it seriously. I want to be able to make a living out of it. I want to be able to, get a decent amount of money behind me so I can seriously, go into competitive bodybuilding, to take it seriously and to be able to afford all my supplements. It's a very expensive thing, I've been watching old clips of bodybuilders, talk about, even Eddie Hall, he's not a bodybuilder or a strongman, but he's spending stupid amounts of money a week on himself just to feed the obsession that he has. And I believe I've got an obsession. I need to feed it, so I need to get some money. Anyway, basic mistakes that you're making with training. Number one thing I see with guys, especially skinny people, that are trying to get big and to put on weight, they're not eating enough. I know you hear this all the time and you have this excuse of, oh, but my metabolism's faster, and it's true, you do have a faster metabolism. That is 100% true. However, you just got to eat more. And when I say eat more, I don't mean eat junk food or eat crap food such as sweets or just rubbish food like that. It's not really going to do you any favours really. You want food that is whole and that has great nutritional value, some complex carbohydrates such as stuff like potatoes, stuff like bread, and great protein foods, foods that are rich in protein. Tuna's a great one, chicken's a great one, just basic meats like that, cheeses, dairy products, foods with high in fats. They can contribute greatly to muscle growth. One that I usually tend to eat, a lot of almonds and nuts and stuff like that. That can help you put on the quality muscle mass, because when you put on mass, you do need to eat more, but you don't want to be eating rubbish stuff, because otherwise you're going to put on excess fat. That's not going to do you any favours. You might look bigger, but in reality, you're just kidding yourself. Let's be honest, if you put on fat, you're not really going in the right direction. A lot of people might tell you to dirty bulk as well, and that's another thing. In my opinion, dirty bulking is pointless. You're just going to put on too much excess fat, and then by the time you want to cut, it gets the summer, you want to look good, for the girls or whatever it is, or for the guys, you're not gonna, it's gonna just take a long time for you to take that fat off. And you'll probably realize that once you do take that fat off and you do start stripping down, you haven't actually put on as much muscle as you realize. So that is one thing. Oh shit, got my pencil. That is one thing that you do need to take note of. A clean bulk is much better. Another thing as well, when you're cutting and when you're shredding down, sorry about that, as I was saying, when you're cutting and when you're shredding down, you need to make sure that your protein intake is very high, because obviously you're taking your calories away, you're going to lose fat, but you want to keep that muscle, you want to keep as much muscle as you possibly can. So my advice to you there is to keep your protein as high as you possibly can. That way you'll retain as much muscle mass as possible while eliminating all the fat. Another key when cutting that I use, you've got to be very careful, however, because obviously when you're cutting, your body's got more chance of getting injured. I prefer to keep the weights heavy, and the reason being for this is because you've got to give the body a reason to keep the muscle. If you're just pumping up in the gym, and you're not eating as much, you're going to lose muscle. So what you need to do is you need to make sure you're keeping the weights heavy, keeping your protein high. That way when you do shred down, you do cut down, you'll be able to have a great physique, you'll be able to have a muscular physique, but without the fat, and that will obviously help you massively when it comes to bodybuilding. Another thing as well, for people that are just beginners, just go for it, man. Don't be afraid of what people think or what people say. People might look at you and think you're skinny, but who gives a fuck? Or they might look at you and think you're fat. Who cares? Bottom line is just go after it and just do what you need to do, because if everyone who was successful just stood around and said, oh well, he said this, he said that, so I can't do it, do you think anyone would be successful? They wouldn't. And that's just a plain fact. No one would be successful if they listen to the naysayers. It's like Arnold, it's one of his 6 rules of success. Don't listen to the naysayers, and you can't, because if you do, it'll consume you. And you just have to, I know it takes time, it takes a while, but you've just got to develop that mind. And once you've got control of your mind, you're sorted. 100% you're sorted. As well, don't rush into anabolics. It's another stupid thing I see. I'm not kidding you. I see people that are older than me that are hopping on anabolics, and I'm not trying to sound cocky or egotistical in the slightest, but I've seen people that are older than me that hop on anabolics who genuinely have a worse physique than me. And that's not me trying to be cocky or egotistical or big-headed or anything like that. It's just, it's not worth it. Realistically, if you are going to ever do anything like that, which I strongly recommend you do not, wait till you've got like your natural progression first. Honestly, and only if you are going to ever do it, only do it if you're serious about competitive bodybuilding and you want to get to the Mr. Olympia stage. Or maybe when you're like, let's say in your 40s or something like that, you take a little bit of TRT just to, you know, get yourself feeling good. But if you're like, let's say for example, I'm 18, if you're 18, 19, don't bother, man. Your testosterone skyrocket as it is. So if you start experimenting with something like TRT, the only thing that's going to happen is your body's going to convert to estrogen. You're going to become even more emotional. You're going to get gyno. Your balls are going to shrivel up. You're going to be depressed. It's not going to help you at all in the long run. You're going to age. You're going to look ugly. It's just, it's not what you want. It's not what you want at all. Another key thing for bodybuilding that I see a lot of people making, and this is, as a matter of fact, this is probably the biggest one that I see, is recovery. People think they can go into the gym every single day or 6 days a week and recover and come back next week and be strong. It's not how it works. You see those clips of, you know, Arnold saying he worked out 5 hours a day and he did all this and he did all that, and that's great for about a month or two, and then what you'll realise is your body will enter a state of overtraining and you'll just be burnt out. You'll be stuck in a rut. You won't be able to move forward. Dorian Yates said it best. You know, it's almost like if you rub your skin, and what will happen is it'll get a red mark. But if you keep rubbing that skin, what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. You're going to bleed. You're going to bleed and it's going to harm you. But if you give that skin a chance to recover, you'll develop a callus and it'll get even tougher and even stronger. It's the same with a muscle. You give that muscle enough time to recover, it'll become stronger, it'll become better. But if you don't give it enough time to recover, then you're gonna go backwards. It's as simple as that. For my advice, if you're a beginner, I'd say you could probably get away with doing 5 weight training sessions a week. But as you get more advanced and better, I'd knock it down to 4. That way you can still train effectively and intense, but, you know, have time to recover as well. Another thing as well, when I say do 4 days a week, I don't mean 4 days of just going into the gym, pumping, you know, going in for 2 hours and thinking you're doing something. I'm talking about solid work where you're taking it to true and proper failure to the point of where you cannot do another single rep on your set. And it doesn't have to take long, 40 to 45 minutes. None of my workouts go on longer than an hour. So it doesn't have to be like a 2 hour, 2.5 hour workout or anything stupid like that. Just 40 to 45 minutes, training intense, 4 days a week. Maybe add a day of cardio in there as well, just, you know, so your heart's in good health. And other than that, yeah, just make sure you train hard. You know, you do your best, and just don't listen to what people have to say. That's my main takes this video, you know. Make sure you train hard, you give yourself enough time to recover. Don't bother with the steroids, and don't listen to people that have, you know, negative things to say. Stay positive, take control of your mind. The mind is the key to the body, the mind is the key to the world. If you have control of your mind, you can do anything with your mind. Take to the moon and back. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is my first one. It probably is a little bit sketchy. You know, it's one take, pretty much, except for that little bit in the middle where, you know, I paused it, but other than that, it's been one take, and it's my first proper video speaking in front of the camera, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want any more videos like this in the future. I do actually have, hang on a second, have I lost it? I had like a cool little stick where I could control the camera. I think I've lost it. It looks like I lost it. Oh no, it's there. There you go, so I don't have to reach over and in the video I can use this little thing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably going to do more videos like this in the future. If you liked it, then just let me know and I'll carry on, and if you didn't, then let me know and I'll fuck it off. Probably shouldn't swear anyway, YouTube will demonetize me. I'll have to bleep that out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. In a bit.